house felt heavier that night, like the walls were pressing in with secrets they couldn't hold anymore. I had come home early from work, my shoes still caked in mud from the sight, and the silence hit me first. No clatter from the kitchen, no hum of the TV, just the faint drip of the faucet upstairs, echoing down the stairs like a heartbeat too slow. I called out, but my voice bounced back empty. The air smelled wrong. Damp earth mixed with something sharp, like bleach that hadn't quite covered up rot. I shook it off, told myself it was just another long day playing tricks. But deep down, a knot twisted in my gut, the kind that whispers you're not alone, even when you are. I wandered into the living room, flipping on the lamp. Her coat hung crooked on the hook by the door, buttons undone like she'd rushed out. The mail was scattered on the table. Bills mostly, but one envelope caught my eye, unsealed and fat with papers. I shouldn't have touched it, but my fingers moved on their own. Inside were photos, grainy ones from some cheap camera. A man, tall and shadowed, laughing with her in a park I didn't recognize. His arm around her waist, too tight for friends. My throat went dry. I'd suspected for months. The late nights, the phone buzzes she silenced too quick. The way she'd pull away when I tried to hold her close. But seeing it, that made it real, a knife twisting slow. I stuffed the photos back, heart pounding like a drum in my chest. Where was she now? Out with him, probably, while I sat here like a fool. The clock ticked louder, each second stretching. I paced to the window, peering through the curtains at the empty street. Rain started pattering against the glass, soft at first, then harder, like it was trying to wash away whatever mess we'd made. That's when I heard it. A low thud from below, from the basement stairs. The house was old, full of creaks, but this was different. Solid, like something heavy shifting under floorboards. I froze, breath caught in my lungs. Mice? The wind? No, it came again, fainter, like a muffled groan. My mind raced to stupid things. Pipes bursting, the foundation cracking. But that smell, that bleach and earth, it pulled me toward the basement door. The knob was cold under my palm, slick with condensation. I turned it slow, the hinges whining like they knew better. Darkness swallowed the stairs, thick and black, only broken by the weak bulb at the bottom that flickered when I hit the switch. Dust motes danced in the yellow light, and the air down here was thicker, cooler, clinging to my skin like wet cloth. I took the steps one by one, each creak under my boot louder than the last. The basement was a mess of boxes and forgotten junk. Old tools rusted in corners, shelves sagging with paint cans. But tonight it felt alive, watchful. That thud came again, from the far wall, behind the stack of firewood we'd never used. I stopped, ears straining. Nothing, just the rain drumming overhead. I laughed at myself, a shaky sound, and turned to go back up. That's when my foot hit something soft, yielding under the sole. I looked down, and there it was, a corner of carpet, rolled back just enough to show fresh dirt, dark and loose, like someone had been digging. My pulse hammered in my temples. Who digs in a basement? For what? I knelt, fingers brushing the soil. It was cold, damp, packed tight but not settled yet. Like it was new. A chill crawled up my spine, the kind that says run. But I couldn't. I had to know. Grabbing a shovel from the wall mine, the one with the chipped handle, I wedged it under the edge and pried. The dirt gave way easy, too easy, clumps falling aside to reveal more. Deeper now, a foot down, and my shovel hit something hard. Wood? No. Glass. I scraped around it, breath coming in short gasps, sweat beading despite the cold. The beam of my phone flashlight cut through the gloom as I dug faster. The hole widened, edges crumbling, and then fabric. A sleeve, blue plaid, sticking out like an accusation. I dropped the shovel, hands shaking as I clawed at the earth. Peeled back, and there he was, the man from the photos. His face pale, eyes closed, mouth slack in a way that screamed final. Dirt dusted his hair, matted with something dark and sticky. Blood? A gash on his forehead, ugly and deep. He was buried shallow, wrapped in that same coat from the pictures, like a bad joke. My wife's boyfriend, right under our house, staring up at me with dirt-caked lashes. I stumbled back, slamming into the shelf, cans clattering like bones. Bile rose in my throat, hot and sour. Dead. Buried here. By who? Her? The thought hit like a punch, her hands small and soft, pushing him down here? Or me? Sleepwalking through some nightmare I didn't remember? No, that couldn't be. I wasn't that man. But the evidence, it mocked me. I scrambled up the stairs, slamming the door behind me. Locking it like that would keep the truth out. The kitchen spun as I gripped the counter, breaths ragged. Call the cops? They'd ask questions about us, about the fights, about why I hadn't noticed sooner. And her? Where was she? The phone in my pocket buzzed, jolting me. Her number. I stared at it, thumb hovering, then answered. Her voice came through, breathy and rushed. I'm coming home soon. Don't wait up. Click. Gone. No hello, no love you. Just that edge sharp as glass. I sank to the floor, head in hands. How long had this been coming? Months ago, I'd found a receipt in her purse. For bleach, gallons of it, and gloves. She'd said it was for cleaning the garage. Lies, all of it. The late nights turned into whole weekends away. Her stories full of holes bigger than that grave. I'd pretended, swallowed the hurt, told myself it was stress from her job. But now, this? Thunder rolled outside, shaking the windows, and I jumped. Every shadow in the room stretched long, accusing. I had to go back down, cover it up, think. No, think first. What if she came home and saw the dirt on my hands? Or worse, what if she knew I knew? The stairs to the basement loomed again. Door cracked like an invitation to hell. I grabbed a trash bag, stuffed the photos inside, hid it under the sink. Then, flashlight in one hand, a crowbar in the other, just in case I descended again. The body lay there, unchanged, a silent witness. Up close, he looked younger than the photos, cheeks hollow, like fear had eaten him from inside. Who was he, really? Some stranger she'd tumbled with? Or someone I'd passed on the street without a second glance? I started filling the hole, shovel biting into the pile I'd made. Dirt flew back in, covering his shirt, his face, until only a mound remained. Sweat poured down my back, mixing with the damp air. My mind raced. Had I heard them arguing that night last week? The raised voices through the floorboards, her laugh turning sharp, then silence. I'd rolled over, buried my head in the pillow, too cowardly to face it. Now regret burned like acid. What if I'd gone down then? Stopped it? But stopped what? Accident? Fight gone wrong? Or something colder? Planned? A noise from above, footsteps? I froze, shovel midair. The door at the top creaked open, light spilling down like a spotlight. My heart stopped. Hello? Her voice soft but probing. I ducked behind the boxes, breath held, crowbar gripped tight. She descended, slow, each step deliberate. The beam of her phone swept the room, catching dust, then the mound. She paused, air thick with her perfume. Jasmine, always jasmine, now mixed with that bleach tang. What mess is this? She murmured, more to herself. Her foot nudged the edge, and a chunk of dirt slid off, exposing a sliver of blue fabric. She gasped, hand to mouth, but it wasn't shock. It was calculation. I saw it in the way her eyes narrowed, scanning the shadows. For me? Or for signs I'd been here? She knelt, fingers brushing the cloth, then pulled back quick, like it burned. Oh God! She whispered, voice trembling just right. But I knew her tells. The way her lip curled when she lied, the flicker in her eyes. She stood, dusting her hands, and glanced around again. Closer to my hiding spot now, her shadow stretching over me. I pressed against the wall, would rough under my palms, praying the dark held. She turned away, heading back up, but not before kicking more dirt over the spot, casual as sweeping crumbs. The door clicked shut, lock turning. Locking me down here? No, just habit. I waited, minutes stretching to eternity, until her footsteps faded upstairs. Then I crept up, peeking through the crack. She was in the kitchen, pouring wine, glass shaking slightly. On the phone now, voice low. It's done. No one knows. A pause. Yeah, him too. Laughter, light and brittle. Who was she talking to? Another? Or him? Wait, no, he was dead. Rage boiled up, hot and blind. I burst through the door, crowbar raised. She spun, wine spilling red across the floor like blood. What are you? Her words cut off as she saw my face. The dirt, the fury. We stood there, inches apart, air crackling. You did it? I growled, voice mine but not. Buried him like trash. Her eyes widened, then softened, tears welling quick. What are you talking about? You're scaring me. Lies. Always lies. She stepped closer, hand out, like calming a dog. But her other hand slipped behind her, toward the drawer, the one with the knives. I lunged first, grabbing her wrist, twisting until she yelped. The drawer rattled, knife clattering out. We grappled, bodies slamming against the counter. her nails raking my arm, drawing blood. "Let go!" she hissed, knee jamming my thigh. Pain shot through me, but I held on, shoving her back. She hit the table, photos spilling from the bag I'd hidden. Ironic, them mocking us now. She saw them, froze for a split second, then lunged for the crowbar I dropped. I tackled her, both crashing to the floor, rolling in the spill of wine and dirt. Her breath hot on my neck. She whispered, "You think you know?" He came at me, grabbed me. I had to. Excuses, tumbling out like the dirt from the grave. The shovel slipped. Panicked. Buried him quick. Thought no one would find out. Lies layered on lies. I pinned her arms, staring down. "Why not tell me? We could've." But she bucked, head cracking my nose, blood bursting warm. I reeled back, vision blurring, and she scrambled up, grabbing the knife from the floor. She stood over me, blade glinting in the kitchen light, chest heaving. Rain lashed the windows, thunder masking our gasps. "Stay down," she said, voice steady now, the mask slipping. "Or join him." The words hung cold as the basement. I edged back, hands up, mind screaming for a way out. The phone, hers, buzzed on the counter, screen lighting with a name I didn't know. She glanced, distracted for a heartbeat. I swept her leg, knife flying as she toppled. We fought again. Feral. No words, just grunts and thuds. My hand closed on the crowbar, swinging wild. It connected with her shoulder, a sick crack, and she screamed, curling away. I stood, panting, weapon heavy in my grip. She sobbed on the floor, clutching her arm, eyes wide with real fear now. "Please," she begged. It was him or me. But the lie cracked. Her eyes darted to the basement door, like checking if the body was secure. Sirens? No, just my imagination. I had to decide. End it here or drag her down, make her dig him up herself. The cops would come either way, but what story? The betrayed husband, or the killer covering tracks? Footsteps outside, heavy. Not hers. The front door rattled, someone pounding. "Police! Open up!" "How? Neighbors? The fight loud enough?" She laughed, broken, through tears. "Told you. It's done." "Back up?" Her call earlier? The pounding grew with splintering. I dropped the crowbar, hands up, as the door burst in. Lights blinded, voices shouting. She pointed at me, arm limp. "He did it. Found him down there. Lost it." Chaos swallowed us. Cuffs cold on wrists, questions firing like bullets. They hauled her up first, gentle, then me, rough. Down to the basement, flashlights revealing the mound, the hasty cover. Gasps, radios crackling. Body confirmed. Her story poured out, me the jealous one, the digger, the killer. Mine tangled, weak, her affair, the burial. Evidence? The photos, smeared with wine. My blood on her nails, hers on the floor. They separated us, cells cold and gray. Hours blurred. Lawyers, lights, her face through glass, smirking faint. "You should have stayed upstairs," she mouthed. But doubt crept in. That call, who was it? And the body? Autopsy would show time of death. Bruises on him matching her hands? Or mine in sleep? Nightmares I'd forgotten? Days turned to weeks, trial looming like storm clouds. I paced my space, walls closing, replaying every thud, every lie. Was she the monster, or had I buried parts of myself down there too? The grave waited empty now, but the real ones in my head, filling slow with what-ifs. And outside, the rain falls still, washing nothing clean.